mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Join the movement. Listen to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, the locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we staying in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out of our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tori? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the lines, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tori, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tori? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing in the chat? I see y'all in the chat. We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Thank you for joining me this Thursday, April 2nd, 2026. We got our people in the chat today. The chat, if you ain't joined the chat as we broadcast live on 1017 The Truth, hey, you missing out on a powerful conversation in the chat. Salute to Kawanda in the chat. Jeff is in the chat. Lori Patterson, I see you, Lori, in the chat. Sincere Runny Ray Real in the chat. Salute King. Josh, we see Josh in the chat. He says happy Thursday to Truth Nation, Tory and Truth Nation, who want the smoke today. And G Ash, I see him in the chat. Salute Zay the Shay. What's up, Zay? In the chat. Hey, look, we got a lot to cover. Yesterday we had a lot, kind of a follow-up conversation on the takeovers, but now I want to get into a lot of the stories so we don't get too far behind on the stories that we need to try to cover. I want to start off the top. We got a trial going on. Tremaine Jones' trial is going on right now. This is the guy who, when the police got to the situation, he was hiding in the bushes. And he ambushed the officers and killed Officer Quarter in the process. And now he's on trial. This has been going on for the last couple of days. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got an update on this trial going on right here in Milwaukee. If you watch, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. We got audio and video. Let's listen.
Shots fired! My partner's hit!
One Milwaukee police officer killed. His partner, Christopher McRae, left to testify against the accused gunman, Tremaine Jones. On day 2 of testimony, Officer McRae's body camera taking jurors to that somber summer night last June in an alley near 24th Place in Garfield.
Carter! Please don't do this to me, bro! Carter! No! Carter!
While injured himself, McRae is crying out for his partner that night, Kendall Quarter. In court, he wore a band with Quarter's badge number around his own. Quarter's body camera also showing the moment the two were ambushed after hearing voices in a distance.
We stand still.
And then what happened?
Gunshots.
Did you see where they came from?
I seen a muzzle flash from the bushes.
We're freezing the video before impact. This surveillance video shows a different angle. We're pausing again before Officer Quarter collapses. Their surveillance shows McRae running for cover, then coming back to render aid on Quarter.
Did you ever see who shot you and Officer Quarter?
No.
McRae and Quarter were in the area for a shots fired call near 25th and Garfield. The incident stemming over groups of women fighting that involved allegations of Jones cheating. His ex-girlfriend, Janira Jones, who called 911, taking the stand, revealing that the defendant she later learned was not the father of her child, testifying Jones had a gun when he arrived at her house earlier that day.
Recognize this?
Mm-hmm.
Say yes?
Yes.
Whose gun is this?
Nice.
The defense pressing her about details in the 911 call surrounding the first fight.
You told the cops on 911, this man blacked my eye.
Yeah.
Okay, but that wasn't true.
Some of it wasn't and some of it was.
Okay, so you lied. Got it.
Wow. Wow.
Day 3.
Wow. Okay, so we getting into the details. I don't even want to say what I was just for the sake, but I'll keep it general. She made the 911 call, said that he blacked her eye. I guess they were having a dispute. They was having some kind of dispute where she called 911. Let's get that out the way. And then I guess the gun that he had was hers. Once again, I see couples crash out all the time, and it gets really domestic, and people pick up the phone and start calling the police as a weapon, and this is where it went wrong. This is where maybe there was heightened conversation. I don't know exactly the details. I'm finding out a lot of the details, but that's just why when they questioned her, she said that she called 911, the female, and said she had a black eye, which wasn't even true. And so she was over-exaggerating the call on 911 just to get the police over there. And so here we go. But a lot of people, and this is what I see, and I'm not going to mix the two, but I do see where people call and over-exaggerate the situation, whether it's calling 911 or they get out here and start some mess in an establishment, and then something happens, then they call their family to come because they didn't, got into something, and come right now. I need y'all to come and do this and that. This person did this and that to me, and they know that that's something that is going to trigger all the family member heard or all 911 heard was abuse. And so here they come. Zeta Shay in the chat says, this is beyond crazy. And she up there laughing and smiling. Everything about this story is sad. But this is what I see. And there's a whole culture out here that's been doing this. So now we're looking at the after effect. And unfortunately, an officer has lost his life in the city of Milwaukee, and another man is about to lose the rest of his life in the process. We got Jeff. I guess if you want to join the conversation right now, 833-212-1017. If you want to comment on the current trial that's going on with Tremaine Jones, we got Jeff on the lines. How you doing, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Bless his brother.
They can't prove what the man did. They just using a courtroom full of people, making it look like he did it if he did or didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Got a bunch of people testifying against him, scared of the police, lying for the police. I don't know if he did or didn't do it.
Well, he said he didn't see who did it.
So how could he do it? Yeah, do the bullets match the police that was killed? That's a point in itself.
Well, I think that the weapon belonged to the girl. I guess it was the girl's gun.
Do the bullets match the police that was shot? If the bullets don't match the police that was shot, how could he shot them? Anybody could have the same gun, but the guns, when you fire them, they ain't gonna have the same ballistics. So
you would have thought they would have got that far right now at this point.
Man, you would have thought they would have been that far by now. All they trying to do is fill the jurors' head up with all them lame stories that everybody is telling against the man. Can't nobody say he killed the cop, man.
All right, Jeff. Hey, Jeff saying that, I mean, you would have thought that they would have already had the ballistics because the attorney that's trialing the case saying that whose gun is this? And he's showing the gun. She said it's hers, but, Jeff is saying no matter what they're talking about, does the bullets match? And you would think that they would already got that far. I'm not sure. But if not, hey, that's a great question to ask. Hey, but at the end of the day, here we go with a situation where, from what I'm seeing, somebody called 911 to use the police to come and get somebody out the way, probably a little bit exaggerated, which they pointed out. They pointed out on the video that we saw that is she over there laughing and smiling on the, while she being questioned. So here we go. You already know when you see that face, you can almost imagine what, her attitude is. And here we go. We in a situation where two people and many families have been affected by one 911 phone call. Minister Kevin says, why don't Jeff go to trial to find out so he can make an informed judgment? Why don't he sit in the trial and see what's going on? Hey, it's open. I guess you could go in there. I guess, as long as you not making no noise, you could probably go in there and sit down. The trial is going on right now. Not Really a City Girl says her lies will be on her back for the rest of her life. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, I got a situation, a follow-up story that I want to talk about elders with dementia in the nursing home. And this is a follow-up story. Y'all don't want to miss this one, Truth Nation. This is bad. So if you got an elder that got dementia in these nursing homes, make sure y'all check on them, because once y'all hear this story, y'all gonna be shaking your head. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Truth Nation, it's that time again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we come together to clean up the city of Milwaukee. Be part of making a difference in our community. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup, Saturday, April 18th, 8 to noon. Sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, Waste Management, and presented by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District, your clean water partner, serving Greater Milwaukee for 100 years.
As the White House threatens to take over state elections, restrict abortion nationwide, and take away our health care, the Wisconsin Supreme Court is the last line of defense for our rights. That's why the Supreme Court election on April 7th is so critical. The ACLU does not endorse or oppose candidates, but wants you to make an informed decision. When it comes to abortion rights, Maria Lazar supported overturning Roe v. Wade and is endorsed by groups that want to ban abortion. Chris Taylor voted against abortion bans and defended abortion rights while working with Planned Parenthood. And on the issue of voting rights in Wisconsin, Maria Lazar defended efforts to rig elections for one political party through extreme gerrymandering of congressional and legislative districts. Chris Taylor opposes rigging the system with extreme partisan gerrymandering. On April 7th, stand up for our rights. Paid for by American Civil Liberties Union, Incorporated.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends, if it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Where the people go? Tory Lowe. Who's speaking up for those people in the ghetto? Tory Lowe. Who is like Kenosha on the front line in the snow? Tory Lowe. Who out here righting the wrongs and shining light on these folks? Tory Lowe. Who the biggest advocate that Milwaukee has ever known? Tory Lowe. Who out here finding these babies and bringing them back home? Tory Lowe. If you don't know, then you know. Who gonna be right
101. 7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, I want to talk about this situation because when I see these stories and we talk about elders in the nursing home, especially elders with dementia, Alzheimer's, things like that they can't remember what's going on from a certain period to the next period, they put them in these facilities for the care. And many times, a lot of these elders are mistreated. But this story right here is above and beyond egregious. Above and beyond egregious. So if you got loved ones in these facilities, please make sure that you checking on them, often enough so they don't get this kind of abuse. But this one just kind of makes my stomach turn. Man charged after assault of a woman with Alzheimer's. A family is suing over sexual assault going on in the facility. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got this story. I need y'all to open up your ears on this one because this is just something that we got to work to prevent. If you watch this, we broadcast live. We got videos. Let's listen.
Who was here? Caregivers rushing to check on the well-being of a resident of the Palms La Mirada Senior Living Facility after security cameras capture a disturbing scene. A man seen taking off his clothes in the bedroom of a 61-year-old woman's apartment. Authorities arrested the 39-year-old man, who is now facing rape charges. The shocking crime discovered by the victim's daughter.
The day that it happened, I was at work, received more notifications than I usually do.
Camille Anderson says her mother was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's at the age of 55. She's been living at the La Mirada facility for several years. Anderson placed cameras in the apartment so she could monitor her mother's well-being while she was at work. Anderson was horrified when she saw what the cameras recorded in June of last year.
Once I was able to get back to my office and see the video, I just saw a man sitting on her bed, bending over, tying his shoes, and then he was walking out, and she was just left on her bed nude.
Anderson called caregivers to check on her mother, and then she called the police.
I couldn't believe it, honestly. And then I was angry, and I just screamed, and then I cried.
39-year-old Jonathan Michael Alvarado is charged with one felony count of rape. LA County Sheriff's Department investigators say he first came into contact with the victim while working as a volunteer musician. He was contracted by the Palms La Mirada to perform for the residents. An attorney representing the family says there's a lack of security at the facility.
It's a violation of those who are most vulnerable in our society, especially knowing that her mother had been diagnosed with dementia.
In a statement, the Palms La Mirada says the safety and well-being of our residents is our top priority.
Well, okay,
we are disturbed.
We don't want to hear the PR. It's too late. It's too late. Like now, this is why I say, thank God that she, even if she was busy, she put cameras. Now, you can go get cameras that connect to your phone and put it in your loved one's room. See, think about this. This is what we can do now. And sometimes you can't just leave your loved one sitting in a lot of these facilities because you don't know what they're doing. And if they can't remember, then it opens up to God knows what is happening. So this is a bad story, but the loved one put the cameras in the room so she can make sure that the treatment, or she can capture the treatment if it was good or bad. So I think that salute to her daughter for, because people get busy. And sometimes these elders get forgot about, by the family. They were pillars at one point. They may have got dementia. They may have had a stroke. And then they stick them into these facilities and everybody goes on with their life. And people got to pay bills. People got to do things. But like I said, if you didn't learn anything from this situation, go get some $20 cameras that hook to the phone. You can get some $20 cameras that hook to the phone from anywhere now. And it'll record or get it, if you love your loved one, a little bit more advanced system that hooks to your phone and set it in a room, and so you can let the facility know that you're not going that you're not going to allow them to just be there without supervision. But this is crazy. This is crazy. And the nurse came into the room. She has Alzheimer's, and the lady was asking her, "Are you X, Y, and Z?" She don't even remember what the guy did, and it just happened. She didn't even remember having sex with the worker because it just happened and she didn't even know. This is how diabolical this man was. He knew to target her, and he thought he got away with it. He thought he got away with it. So thank God for the loved one. But how many other people in the nursing home did he do this to? That he was getting away with this kind of behavior. And I'm going to tell you right now, in the city of Milwaukee, I've been called to several nursing homes due to conditions, due to abuse, due to sexual abuse. But the one thing in this story that I can say that now we can add to our elders' protection and care is y'all got to get some cameras in these rooms. If I know y'all got to go to work, I know y'all got to do things, extra things. Y'all got children of y'all own. But this person, the loved one, before they got sick, before they got in the nursing home, you used to go by their house and get their cakes and cookies and sit on their porch. And now they in the facility. And now, you owe them that. You owe them the security in their latter years. That's all I'm going to say. Let's look out for our elders. Let's make sure that we doing the best we can nowadays to protect them. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have a Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hi, I'm Greg Fritsch, president of the Center for Veterans Issues, inviting you to get involved in supporting the CVI mission. The Center for Veterans Issues is proud to serve veterans across Wisconsin. Each year, we help more than 1,200 veterans stay housed, find meaningful employment, and connect with the support they've earned. From housing assistance and job training to case management and suicide prevention outreach, our team is here to help veterans build stable, independent lives. If you're a veteran in need of support, visit cvivet.org. Donations can also be accepted at cvivet.org/donate.
Discover your new favorite city, Milwaukee. Catch a sunrise over Lake Michigan. Sip your way through craft breweries. And dive into a dining scene that's turning heads. From museums and music to thrilling sports teams and buzzing nightlife, Milwaukee delivers all season long. Good things are always brewing on the Fresh Coast. The expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org have everything you need to fully plan every detail. Whatever it is you'd like to do in Milwaukee. Plan your trip today at visitmilwaukee.org.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Want to protect our planet? The air we breathe, water we drink, and land we share? Real progress begins with birds. Yes, birds. The very ones we see and hear every day. On a walk, in the park, or simply out the window. That's because birds are more than birds. They're symbols, sentinels that reveal the health of our planet and our people. And by helping them thrive, all of us thrive as well. Audubon is a place where birds matter, where habitats are protected, where communities are engaged, and where change takes flight. Because at Audubon, hope begins with birds. Progress begins with birds. It all begins with birds. Audubon.
This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. The Milwaukee Brewers finished their homestand against Tampa Bay Rays Wednesday afternoon with an 8-2 win, taking the series. Manager Pat Murphy on the win.
Homers are plentiful in the game, but we sometimes have to win in a different way like we did today.
The Brewers start the season 5-1. Travel day today as they head to Kansas City for a 3-game series against the Royals starting on Friday. The Bucks had just 7 active players to take on the Houston Rockets on Wednesday after Gary Trent Jr. exited with a hip contusion with about 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. The Bucks lost 119-113 against the Rockets. Head coach Doc Rivers on his young players.
Uzman career high 36 points, Pete career high in points, Cormac career high in points, Jericho career high in rebounds. That's just fantastic.
The Bucks come home to host the Celtics Friday night. This True Sports Update was powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth. Tory Lowe Show Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tory Lowe and Andrew in studio. Hey, look, NASA's Victor Glover is set to become the first black astronaut to travel around the moon. Not to the moon, but around the moon. And you know I wanted to be an astronaut when I was a kid. And then the teacher told me that I need to be a service person. And I was only a kid, and I didn't have my parents to try to safeguard me from the degrading my ideas. I could have been Victor. I could have been Victor Glover.
I'm really happy for him. This is a big deal.
I think this is amazing. Now, this was on TV. The launch was on. They launched it. Do we got any audio on this for those that are watching? I know they were talking about this. NASA multi-billion-dollar mission is in full swing. A lot of people were, trying to talk about the landing, the moon landing. Why haven't we been back on the moon? All of this stuff that, people, conspiracy theorists, was saying who took the picture of them standing on the moon. And, people was kind of, picking holes at the whole moon landing. But now I guess they about to circle around the moon. They not only going to the moon, they're going to go orbit around the moon. Do we got any more details on this? If you're watching as we broadcast live, I guess we got the launch. Let's watch this. Let's listen. They took off, Andrew.
Yeah, they did.
They took off into space.
Yes, sir. 32-story space launch from the Kennedy Center, Tory. That's a big, big spaceship.
Well, how long is this supposed to take? Do we know?
Takes about 10 days to start orbiting the moon. It's the longest deep flight space mission that NASA's had, and I think in over like 20 years.
Hey, besides what we see in the movies.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to tell you. But like I said, my prayers go out to those that are taking this travel. This is interesting. This is interesting because so much can happen. You know, and sometimes when you don't visit space the way that they're going into space, everything is crucial.
Yeah, every little bit matters.
Every little bit matters now. It has to work. So, like I said, somebody told me that, hey, they'd rather go and look at the moon from afar. They don't want to be launched into space. I was talking to people about this the other day, and they was like, hey, I'm going to stay right here on Earth.
2 feet on the ground.
Yeah, they don't want to be up in the sky. That's a lot of trust in the equipment, in the team, and the ideal of actually, can this stuff actually get into space and do what it's supposed to do?
So what about you? You said you wanted to be an astronaut. Would you go up to space?
I would have been trained. Give me the training. I mean, I would have had to go through the training. But like I said, yeah, I would go.
All right. You know, they're having those like spaceships now. Like I think there's like Blue Origin. There's other ones that they'll start sending people into space.
But you got to pay for that, right? You got to go. You can't just. No, NASA was. I wanted to have a job there.
Hey.
I wanted to go there and become an astronaut.
I don't want to pay for it. I want them to pay me for it.
I'm traumatized now because the teacher lessened my ideas and goals, and I didn't even know it. I didn't have a family member there to protect me. Now, with my kids, I wish somebody would say something that they can't do. Like, you got to fight for that. I didn't know that people will marginalize your thoughts until I became an adult. You know, like, you know, now you say, hey, I'm finna do this, and people from their own perspective and their own insecurity will tell you what you can do. Can and cannot do. I got people calling into the show as much as I did for the community, and they'll still say something. Hey, I wouldn't even try that. This is just in them because they feel that way about themselves. I didn't know that. But now I know that, and now you can guard against it. But, man, salute to Victor Glover, and all of the rest of the astronauts. But the first black person to go into space to circle the moon.
Yes, sir.
I thought Gayle King was the first black person to go into space.
Not to orbit the moon.
Oh, okay. They didn't they go into space? The women?
Did. Yeah, the women went into space.
Okay, for a few seconds.
Yeah, they did like one Earth rotation or something.
Okay, that's what
enough to call themselves astronauts.
That's what they said. They went up there and who's that? Bezos.
Yeah, it was Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
It wasn't his current girlfriend, Katy Perry, Gayle King, and like somebody else.
Jeff Bezos is going with Katy Perry?
No. It was Katy Perry, Gayle King, and Jeff Bezos.
His girlfriend. Okay.
No, Katy Perry's dating Justin Trudeau.
I don't know, but I just heard. I thought maybe I need to just kind of ask and try to get that cleared.
Yeah, no, I get it. You want to talk about a new? Well, actually, maybe the tour is going to get canceled, Tori. I know you're a big TLC fan.
That's right. Chili then came under fire by the Donkey Gang. I think Donkey Gang is riding on her. Yeah, Donkey Gang is at Chili's head because she, I guess, supported Trump. She like with a $200 and some.
So here's the deal. FCC filings got reportedly showing the singer donated around $1,000 to Donald Trump and other Republican-linked organizations. Now, she came out and tried to clear it all up, but Jamel Hill, formerly of ESPN, had things to say. Let's hear the clip.
Let's listen.
So, Chili, I got bad news for you. What you should have done before this tour came out, you should have just deleted social media and just started over. Because none of your support does not align with your business at all. It's counter to that. It's the thing that's going to, frankly, sink this tour. The core and the base of who will definitely be going to see TLC concerts in the present day, the core and the base are black women. And what is the stat that we know about?
So, Tori, she went online.
Here we go.
Chili went online and said, I want to be clear. I'm not MAGA. I don't support any of these policies. Cause great harm to the American people. But also, the 55-year-old artist said, I made a mistake, too many mistakes. So it looks like there's a lot of controversy around this one.
Yeah, but why? You know, you trying to tear down a black woman because who she voted for? See, this is where Donkey Gang. This is, when I say Donkey Gang is vicious and nasty, it's other black women that if they don't want to go along with what you think or believe, you going to tear them down? This is trash. This is trash. And anybody that think like that is trash. You trash. People got a right to believe. People got a right to do what, as long as they ain't harming nobody, they got a right to do whatever they want to do. Period. Now, when I say Donkey Gang and Elephant Gang, y'all done join gangs now. Y'all might as well go get an elephant and a donkey tattooed on your face.
They got the colors.
Like Gucci Man, you might as well go get a donkey on your face. You know what I mean? Because you banging politically. I call it political banging. This is America. You can vote for whoever you feel like voting for. And when people, it was a woman, Shauna, that came in here that they shut her business down because she was conservative, you know. And there was another woman that came in here recently that said that they weren't giving, she had a school, a technical school, and they was trying to shut her down because of her political views.
Yeah, cut the funding.
Okay, so what is that? You know, black women, these are black women. Like, I thought you're supposed to support black women unless they don't believe the way you do. Trash.
I'm trying to find where this TLC concert's going.
Well, they got a tour going. TLC, Salt and Pepper, In Vogue. They got a whole tour date, and they're trying to trash the tour because who she politically want to vote for. You need to go and check yourself into a mental institution if you think like this. And we let this fly. We let all of this fly. But if you want to go against the alphabet people, this is what I'm saying. Like, okay, it's a lot of gang banging going on out here. And I call it gang banging because it's the same stuff I seen when I was a kid. Like, vice lords, GD, if they saw each other, it was on site. Now it's Democrat, Republican, it's on site. Y'all spending all this time arguing, especially black people, because we don't get nothing out of anything when it comes to political. We have very little advances in the community in the last 60, 80 years. And you banging against a black woman. At least I thought y'all had a little, I know y'all go after the males. If you got any masculinity in you, it's toxic. you automatically scratched out. Now they got a word called when men try to add their opinion, you mansplained it. What is that? What do they call it?
Mansplaining, yeah.
Yeah, what is that? That's an attack on masculinity. So we got all these different attacks going on. I at least thought the black woman was safe. Out of all the stuff I've seen happen, because the black woman is fueling a lot of this, especially on the donkey gang side. The black woman is the top donkey gang member. And that's what she was saying. Jamil Hill, that's what she was saying. Black women at 92%. You went against your base. So now they got to bang on her. Now they finna bang on her concert of black women, and their music was positive. They was making positive music. They ain't gangster rapping. They went out here talking about I was gonna clap on the op. This is In Vogue. This is Salt and Pepper. Push it. You know, the good music. And now y'all finna assault Chili and end all of that positive music that could be going through the community right now. It's trash.
They got a ton of tour dates, too.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this is probably one of the most positive tours we've seen, besides maybe New Edition coming through. Like, people having fun, getting back to dancing, having fun, enjoying themselves, dressing up, being nostalgic. And now, because of the way somebody is voted, that's trash. That's trash that we didn't came to this in 2026. And that's how I feel about that. All that banging. I don't mind what you choose to do with your vote or your life or your belief or nothing like that. That's your choice. That's what you can do. God bless you if that's what you want to do. But at the end of the day, it sounds like they about to pull out guns. Like this sounds like, to me, the Crips and the Bloods to me. This is where it's all ending up, in chaos. Anita said it's not about who she voted, but it's about her history statements and positions. Chili says she's not a black woman. There's more to this. No, come on now. Regardless, Tiger Woods said he wasn't black. OJ said he wasn't black. It don't matter what nobody say. They ain't doing nothing to you. There's people saying crazy stuff on the air all the time. I'm not finna go bang on them. I'm not finna go and try to stop them from working. Trash. And if you think like that, I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm starting to cut off folks that have this kind of mentality. I don't want to talk to you. Let's get some work done. Come to me with an idea that we can work together to make things better. Don't come to me with this extra that gets nobody nowhere. That gets nobody nowhere. There's a lot of people that make statements all the time, and I don't care. As long as like, if they ain't touching no kids, and if they ain't out here harming innocent life, according to the Constitution, they got a right to say whatever they want to say. Who is you? If I had a recording of what you saying at your kitchen table, somebody would probably be at your head. What you say in your room and what you posting on Facebook. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Coming with straight truth.
We can do anything when it comes to being organized, when it comes to making sure that we're active, when it comes to making sure that we're holding people accountable and making sure that we get something out of the deal. Y'all don't know how to make deals. Y'all mad at Donald J. Trump because he's trying to make deals or trying to say that he's the master of the art of the deal. Well, okay, what deals is you trying to make?
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Every child deserves a school that sees their brilliance. At Milwaukee College Prep, they believe in high expectations, strong character, and academic excellence starting as early as age of 3. MCP scholars continue to outperform their peers across Milwaukee. And the best part about it all, Milwaukee College Prep is tuition free. If you're looking for a school that partners with you, challenges your child, and prepares them for college and beyond, Milwaukee College Prep is the place. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to learn more. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Want you to know just if you can, yeah. Where I stand.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report. Brought to you by Tory Lowe and Andrew. I guess we got some people that believe that you can attack some folks if they have a certain opinion. I guess, I don't know. I would focus on, can we get something done together then more than, because if I had to do it that way, I wouldn't work with hardly anybody. You know what I mean? We wouldn't even work with each other because, I think that you go to work. If you can go to work and get a paycheck and you working in a company where everybody from different backgrounds and different beliefs and you ain't fighting at your machine or fighting at the lunch table, then why you doing this to Chili? You know what I mean? It's probably the person that cut your check, that's writing your check, probably voted for Donald J. Trump. Like I said, that's all foolishness. It's all trash. But what else we got? What else we got going on with the Pop Culture Report?
Well, Tori, after J. Cole released his latest album, The Fall Off, he is back on the basketball court.
So he back playing basketball.
Yes, he is. He is joining the Chinese basketball team.
He going to China?
Going to China.
He might have 20 points. He might have 20, 25 points a night.
Well, that's where T-Mac went. Starberry went there. J. Cole previously played for the Rwanda Patriots. Remember, we're going back and forth trying to remember where he played.
He was in Africa.
He was in Africa in 2021, and then he played with the Scarborough Shooting Stars in 2022. So he played in the African Basketball Association.
Mm-hmm.
He's back now. He's playing in China. He said, basketball, it's like I'm trying to scratch an itch. Let's see if I can do it, he said.
So go over to China where he's going to be one of the tallest players.
Well, because a lot of foreign players play over there. So
in China.
Yeah, a lot of college basketball players who can't cut it in the NBA end up playing over there.
Is Marbury still playing over there?
Marbury's not.
Because he was like Michael Jordan over there.
He was, yeah.
Okay.
And Trace McGrady has a statue made of him in China. Remember after his body broke down, I think he was playing the Hawks at the time, went over there, played a couple games. J.R. Smith played basketball in China for one season. So the Chinese have continued to pull American culture their way. If you remember, there was a famous story of all of the different athletes for Nike going across the sea. They did a tour of China, and Kobe Bryant was the most famous person in the group. This is a group with Michael Phelps. This was a group with Roger Federer, and it was Kobe, the basketball star, who rose above everybody else. And everybody loved him. Mm-hmm. James Harden goes over there once a year because he has a connection to China now too, trying to connect to that fan base there. So yeah, no, J. Cole, man, maybe he's trying to get those.
Well, salute to J. Cole because he can do that. He can go, he can move around, he can get in these basketball leagues. What was his point average in these basketball leagues? Do we know his point average? Is he grabbing rebounds? Is he like a Dennis Rodman, or is he, what kind of player is he? Because I don't know. I just know that I hear that he's playing, but I don't never hear what his scoring average is, what his rebound is. What is he good at? What is his specialty?
Let me tell you, he's going to play point guard on this team.
Okay.
But there's no stats for him anywhere, which means he's probably
That's
not very
what
good.
I'm saying. All right, so I'm for it, though. Like, God bless. We here for it. We're here for J. Cole. But like I said, now am I going to try to dig in to see what is his passion? Where is he good at? Like I'm doing every other basketball player? Yeah, I'm going to ask, what is he good at on the court?
I remember I tuned into one of his games because it was on like ESPN 3 or
Josh
something.
Josh says Cole is a shooter. Salute to Josh. J. Cole is a shooter. I guess he can make a bucket for himself.
I'll be honest. I've watched one of his games, Tori, and I also have seen him in a celebrity game. I wasn't impressed. The fact that he wants to play this bad says a lot. That's good.
Well, Josh said he got a jump shot.
Okay.
That's what Josh is saying in the chat.
Let's call J. Cole. What's he doing in October?
Would you want him to come over to Milwaukee?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's NBA player good. Now, Master P was NBA, and I heard he got another son coming up that knows how to play basketball as well. But I'll tell you this, Master P actually played for the Charlotte Hornets, So, like I said, to get to the NBA level of basketball, there's very few people that'll make it to the NBA level.
There's levels to this. Bronny James would take J. Cole lunch money. Let's be real here.
Here we go.
All right, let's talk about Brandy. Now, remember, Ray J has been in the news recently, battling podcasters, battling everybody, talking about his sister Brandy. Brandy has now opened up in an interview talking about how her and her brother Ray J, he was absent from the Hollywood Walk of Fame star that she got. He's been absent in a couple of other big media spots. She told Parade magazine that, quote, there's some distance right now. So I don't know how much she has loved Ray J invoking her name across all these media places and causing so much stir.
Well, I'll say this. Brandy is on her run right now. Brandy is on her big one right now. She just got a star, I think.
Hollywood Walk of Fame.
I just saw that. Then she just dropped a book. Now, in this book, it ain't about Ray J. It's about Wanye from Boys to Men, who she said she was dating at 16 and he was 22. And he took her virginity and abused her, I guess. And she said at the time she was in love. Now she got this book where Wanye, who is on tour with New Edition right now, and she's putting this information out there, I would have to question the timing on this. Maybe she still love him. Maybe she still got she wanted to time this because he's going on tour. Maybe they mad because they picked Toni Braxton and then pick her to be the female on the tour.
Maybe. There's also, that's crazy, A, how many tours are happening right now, and there's B, how much news is going on around him. But also, your publicist, if you're putting this book out, is probably looking at that tour date being like, oh, we got something
all right,
here.
But this is where the hypocrisy come in. This is where somebody pointed out. So y'all mad at Chili. Y'all mad at Chili from TLC for the way she choose to vote. But you not mad at Wanye from Boys to Men, who Brandy in her book says was having intimate activity with her at 16. And y'all out there, going to the black women didn't have no problem with the New Edition tour. And now that this going on with the conversation of Wanye and Brandy, where's the outrage about that? Why ain't that tour on the verge of being canceled? I'm just saying, I don't want neither one because it's a lot of, if you did something criminal, you probably need to go to jail. And maybe Boys and Men can, maybe have to, get off the tour. But what I'm saying is they're calling out the hypocrisy. What you more mad at Chili for what she voted for, but not mad at what's going on with her accusations of accusing Wanye from Boys to Men of having sex with her as a 16-year-old girl. As an adult.
Yeah, a lot going on. All right, finally, federal government's mad at Pooh Shiesty. He's back in federal custody, Tori. He got arrested yesterday. TMZ is reporting in a federal criminal case. The arrest comes the same day FBI agents carried out a raid in Memphis area home linked to the family. It looks like it's Shiesty as well as his father, who are both in custody by the FBI. Yes. This is not great. This develops just months after he returned home from prison.
Pooh Shiesty, first of all, he's in and out of jail all the time. So this is not news. Pooh Shiesty is not somebody that's out here law-abiding and things like that. So his dad and all of that, I don't know what his dad record is, but it is what it is. This is the lifestyle he chose, to be shiesty. Anytime somebody names shiesty around me, I'm going to expect them to be in and out of prison. I don't feel no way about Pooh Shiesty. He chose a lifestyle of influencing through his music, a lot of the crime elements. And what you think gonna happen when you're putting that kind of energy out there? People need to understand that it's a lot of power in your actions, and if you're doing negative actions, it's going to have a negative result. So, hey, hopefully, he'll be all right. He got money. He probably wasted on attorneys, but at the end of the day, when you choose certain lifestyles, you're asking for certain things to happen. And he chose to have a shiesty lifestyle, so the feds, the prison, the police, that's basically in his name. All right. Well, look, all right, Andrew, thank you for the Pop Culture Report. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to open up the lines. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. for the Milwaukee Experience with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. We're a city that knows how to celebrate, where the calendar is packed with festivals, the plates are piled high with flavor, and a lakefront sunrise sets the stage. Here in Milwaukee, every street leads to something worth savoring, a place that welcomes you with open arms and where joy is shared in bites, beats, and cheers. The Milwaukee Experience every Friday at 11 a.m. exclusively on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee.
At Junior Achievement, students learn how innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship can turn a simple idea into something that changes an industry. With support from Cost Corporation, students are discovering how engineering, product design, and smart marketing bring great ideas to life. From pioneering studio headphones to building a brand recognized around the world, Cost shows students how technology and creativity shape the way we experience music. Learn more at ja.org.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work, the groceries, The cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Low, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Low from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Low Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Low Show. And we're going to open up the lines. I think some people was calling in to try to comment on the chili situation that's going on right now. And I got to talk to text that said, Mr. Lowe, this ain't about Chili not being able to vote for who she wants to vote for. Okay. For or back who she want to back, or back who she want to back. It's about her now. Come to the forefront trying to lie about it and trying to clean it up. Now, this is where I can see where it's a problem. Trying to deny you. Now, okay. Now, if this is the angle you may come from and say you ain't trying to stand on it and you trying to backpedal and appease the audience, then a lot of people may want to step into that and say, hey, look, stand on what you're saying. Now, that could get extra. That could get a lot of extra. So I guess some people are saying that, okay, if you did that, stand on it. But don't try to backpedal and say you didn't know or say you didn't understand how the operations was and you accidentally pushed the post button and it was, that made some people may call you to the carpet for that. I don't know, But if you feel some type of way about it, what's going on with Chili, you can call in and give me your side on it if that's you. If you out here banging like that, if you out here donkey ganging like that, and you feel like, hey, look, I feel like she need to come to the carpet for her ways and the way she's her political views or, her backpedaling even. Like, I don't know. I don't know why this is a huge issue, in America. Many times as we grow and we kind of, change our minds, it's not everybody doing everything at the same time. I mean, I believe that we should all work together as a community. I always tell somebody, I don't care what you think about, what you believe, or what you're talking about. If we're here to move the couch, pick up your end, I'm finna pick up my end, and let's move the couch. Let's move it from A to B. That's my philosophy. If we're here to get something done, let's get it. If you're at work and you working in a building with different races and different people, and you getting a check on Friday, and you ain't arguing about nothing what nobody voted for or nothing, you just trying to get your bills paid and stuff like that, you're not arguing with everybody you work with. and you probably don't even care. You're just trying to get in there, get your job done, and get out. But that's life. You're going to have to work with people that don't think like you. And for some, thank God that people don't think like you. for so many reasons. But this is why we can't get nothing done. This is why we can't get nothing done. This mentality. You don't want to do what I do. You don't want to say what I say. I'm gonna get you. See? Now it's a lot of divide and conquer going on. It's a lot of political ideas that I don't vibe with on Donkey Gang or Elephant Gang. Nah, I tell them straight up. They don't even like me. They don't even like to see me on no side because I'm going to tell you from my perspective what I feel, and sometimes that don't go with the logic. They want bots. They want bots to be in the room many times. They want somebody to say yes and go and execute. That's it. They just want bots around. But if you start talking and saying, hey, look, no, I don't agree with that, we got to, instead of trying to figure out why and how we can make the adjustment, we got to get rid of that person. Because why? Because you ain't even in the real room. By the time it make it out to the public, you only getting what they was ordered to tell you. You ain't in the real room where they having the real meetings at. You only getting the information that they okayed to give you the script. And that's on both sides. I understand what I'm saying. But what was texted in was that it wasn't about who she's backing. It wasn't about who she voted for. It's about her trying to say that it wasn't what it was. Okay, well, if that's the angle, then fine. Hey, now she got to figure that out. Now that's between her and her fans and her and whatever they gonna come up with. Anita said, I can work with you, but I don't have to give you my money to work with you. Come on, no. What I'm saying is, who cares? Who made this about money? Y'all making it about money because y'all trying to take that woman's job. Y'all made that about money. I'm saying in life, you're going to have to work with a lot of people that don't have your same opinions and views. And you're going to have to make sure that when you're out in the public, you conduct yourself in that manner. Or just stay around the people that think like you all day. That's it. And when we learn to do that, our communities will get better. Our communities will get way better. You know how many people I work with all the time and they get to talking and they get to saying stuff that I don't believe in? I'm not going to stand there and get to arguing with them. That's their life. They got to leave that conversation and go deal with their life. The most powerful thing I ever realized is I got the ability to not participate. Or I got the ability to walk away and do whatever I want to do. Just like they do. That goes both ways. That's a two-way street. So I respect it. I respect it. I'm not going to sit there and argue. That's from your point of view. I got my point of view. Can we move this couch? Can we move something around and get a result? Yes or no? Because as long as we keep arguing, we're going to be resultless. As long as we standing there and fighting each other, we losing. And that's the hard facts about life. So if you you get high blood pressure over the way somebody believe or over the way somebody conduct themselves, you're going to have a problem in life everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. What if somebody that's serving you your food, y'all don't have the same religion? You gonna get mad? Don't give me my food? No, you're gonna order. You don't even know what they believe in. You just want your chicken. You just want your food. You don't care. Okay, so this is what I say when people try to sow discords, you got to get away from around people that's sowing discords. That can never equal something that's result-based. Notice people who argue over it all the time don't never got no results. Only results they got is chaos. Here they go, coming to start trouble. They always talking crazy. You know, they get a reputation. They always saying something crazy. But then if you try to look at and examine and get a real magnifying glass and put it on that person and see what they're actually contributing to the betterment of the overall society or group, is zero. And these are the type of people y'all letting lead things around here. They got a lot of make it sound good, make it look good, a lot of divisive nature, a lot of divisive low vibration concepts. And then when you try to cipher out what did they really do, they walked away with the bag and didn't have no results. That's all I'm saying. So you got to get away from that so you can actually see what's happening. I told somebody, if you muted the person that was around you and just looked at their actions, solely on their actions and what they were able to produce, what would it be? If you just didn't hear nothing that came out their mouth and the only thing you're looking at is what they're able to bring a result to, what would it be? That's that person. Only reason you can't see that person because you're being distracted by what's coming out their mouth. But if you muted them and looked at their actions and what they're doing for the majority of the day and what outcomes they're producing, that's that person. And you can't see that because you're blinded by the words and the distractions and the divisiveness. You got to learn how to overcome those ideas and those thoughts and get to the real meaning of life. And that's being able to be somebody that can get out here and produce. And we want it to be positive, Andrew. We want you to produce something positive. When I think about production, I don't think about nothing negative. I think about positive production, things that add to the value. And if you really mute people and see what they're able to do, many times you're going to see that person may not be adding value, may not be productive, but you all following them around, listening to everything they say, and then you wondering why your situations ain't coming, you ain't coming up off your situations. Okay. But 833-212-1017. Anita says, definitely no high blood pressure. Tori, you're reaching and climbing different unrelated elements. Nah, you must, if a hit dog gonna holler, Anita, you must have got hit today with something. Because I don't care. You know, I'm out here. I got to produce results every day. So this conversation could never make me feel no kind of way. That ain't even my life. We just trying to talk what mind frame you need to have today to actually be result-based. And you'll always lose over divide and conquer. You'll always be on the losing end of that conversation. Donkey gang, elephant gang. A lot of y'all fighting and arguing and ain't even producing in life. Hey, look, when we come back, I got some more stories that I want to get to, Truth Nation. It's a teacher. I want to go to Central Florida. A teacher was arrested, accused of a relationship with a 13-year-old student. These stories is popping up more and more every day. We're going to talk about it when we get back. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Calling all seafood lovers, the lobster salad sub is officially back at Cousin Subs. Fresh lobster mixed with our creamy signature mayo, topped with tomato and onion, served over crisp lettuce, and finished with a sprinkle of Old Bay. All on our fresh-baked Italian bread. It's a crave-worthy classic you can enjoy in store, online, or on the app, but only through April 5th. So catch it while you can. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
At UW Credit Union, we have best-in-class technology and peopleology. Like if you lose your card, you can stop by in-branch for a same-day replacement, or you can have a new one instantly issued to the app. So whether you prefer interacting with our snappy online interface or our in-person regular faces, UW Credit Union is always here for every you. And whichever you choose, it's the best of both worlds. Join today at uwcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Little kid screaming, that's Tori Lowe. I gotta say my city black man can do. I'm just here to do what God say. 10 toes down in Milwaukee. They put my name on the highways. If you need me, better call me. And they say, when something going on, who you gon' call? Tori Lowe. When something going wrong, who you gon' call? Tori Lowe. When something going on, who you gon' call?
1017 The Truth. Tori Lowe Show. We got to head over to Central Florida, where a teacher was arrested accused of being involved with a student. This is coming out every other day now. Like, a lot of people say this has been going on, teachers and students. In every high school, you always got a few situations where a lot of, when we was coming up, a lot of adults, kind of like Brandy and Wanye, 16, 22, after school, taking off in the car. But I think now it's more frowned upon because we're getting more understanding that that was not probably something that was good. Look at Bill Cosby. They could go back in the day, and get your bad behavior like this when you're having misbehavior with females, women, things like that. They'll go back in time. I don't even think it's statute of limitations on this. But I guess this teacher messing around with a 13-year-old, the mother is speaking out. If you're watching as we broadcast live, let's listen.
In 2022, Seminole County Schools welcomed Daniel Alev to Tuscaloosa Middle School, noting he has 2 daughters and spent 6 years teaching in South Korea. But on Tuesday, he stood in front of a judge rather than a classroom, accused of sexual assault of a minor and a romantic relationship with a student. An arrest report obtained by West 2 lays out the allegations tied to the child of a woman Lelev was seeing from October 2023 to January 2024. Detectives say Lelev groomed the 13-year-old in his classroom. They write the mother caught Lelev talking to her daughter on the phone in the middle of the night multiple times and holding her hands at Disney Springs. Lelev's also alleged to have opened and added money to a bank account in the daughter's name. When the two broke up, detectives write he told the daughter he only dated the mom to get close to her.
What?
At Tuscaloosa Middle School, Oviedo police say Lelev changed the girl's schedule to get her in his classroom without her mom's consent. They say he even taught her Morse code so the two could speak undetected and made email addresses just to communicate.
He would be the last person we would ever suspect.
So he started dating the mom to get close to the 13-year-old. What? And that's a lot of work to go to prison. That's a lot of work. Like, he dated the mom, taught her Morse code, got her a bank account. See, and this is why you got to tell your young one, y'all got to always know what grown up is around y'all child. That's why I always, when my son come in, when my daughter come in, I always say, who did y'all talk to today? Is there any adults that y'all talk to today? And and I don't tell them what I'm looking for. I just want to hear the name of the adult, and if it's consistent, I'm gonna just go see him. What you doing? What you doing? Why are you talking to my child like this? If it's not according to what they're there for, if you're a teacher, teach my kid math. I can do the rest, Or, if you want to give them some good tips, that's fine. But if you want to be buddy and start taking them to your house and taking them out for pizza, and no, we ain't doing all of that. No, I don't want that to happen because I want to know every adult that's talking to my child. I just want to know, what are we talking about? If it's not about school, it's not about subject matter, I'm going to just go talk to them and see what's going on with that. You got to be active. You got to be understanding of where you are many times, or where your child is and who they communicating with. But this grooming thing is real. This grooming, and you wouldn't think about it. A lot of times people don't think about it. Oh, that's the teacher. Oh, that's the football coach. Oh, that's the pastor. You're not thinking that these people are sinister and something more maniacal going on. You're just thinking like, okay, these people are supposed to represent what's good about our community. Well, a lot of times that makes you vulnerable and a soft target too, especially if you're a single parent, or have a single family household. You got a job, you got things to do, you got multiple kids. Hey, you know what? I'm going to go over here and get with this family because they got a lot of blind spots where I can weasel my way in. Look what this man did. He started dating the mom just to get close to the 13-year-old. People, hey, look, if they got this type of sickness, this grooming thing, these people are sick. They'll become teachers. They'll become counselors. They'll become anything that could get around these kids just to get a supply to feed that sickness. That's why you got to keep your head on a swivel, True Nation. That's why I'm always talk about these stories just so we can keep it in the forefront. Y'all talk about no child left behind. I say no child should have somebody watching they behind. You need to watch your own child. Because, I'm trying to tell you that it's every day it's somebody grooming. They said there's 500,000 predators online. Like it was an estimate. Understand what I'm saying? So you if you got a kid, you better defend or making sure that you guard that kid with your life, because it's some people that's thirsty. It's some real people that's out here that's thirsty. Also, I want to head over to Minnesota to prove the point. Minnesota, that's where a church pastor is facing several child sex abuse charges. The pastor in Minnesota. This is making the news feeds. Town church pastor. We got a teacher and we got a pastor. Hey, we got some audio and video on this if you're watching as we broadcast live. Let's listen.
A church 100 miles northwest of Minneapolis is as small as the town it's in. The sign out front still says its pastors are David and Kristen Domengi, a couple who came up from Hutchinson to Little Falls just 6 months ago to take over from its longtime leaders who retired. But David confirming to me today he's no longer in charge. Court documents show he's now facing 7 counts of sexually abusing a child. Allegations David also says he denies. That McLeod County prosecutors say started in 2013, writing he watched the victim take a shower and would, quote, touch her after. The documents also alleging David started saying sexual jokes. Her family speaking out about the accusations, Carol Evan altering their voice to further protect everyone's identities.
She went from wanting to dance and hang out with friends and be in public spaces to just being so closed off.
The documents allege the abuse continued for 5 years. Her family hopeful they can now all get the help they need.
Pastors are supposed to be...
Hey, look, be careful. That's all. That's why I'm happy that I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate, and I actually fight against a lot of these topics. I actually have to go out there and throw a lot of these folks in jail myself. It's all documented. It's not, this ain't even no secret. This is what I do. This is why I'm happy that they finally allowed an advocate to get on the radio. You know, somebody that's really, I done risked my life to throw some of these predators behind bars. Camped outside their crib, waiting for them to see if they gonna come back to the house. Without the police, they jumped out on them. You know what I mean? I can't tell y'all no more after that. They didn't say, oh, Tory here, let me lay down. I'm going to tell you that. All right. But at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. They say it's a police shortage. I can tell y'all some stories. A lot of stuff I don't say on the air. I always tell people, my real life, this is a vacation. When I'm on the air for 3 hours, I get to enjoy my community in a space where we just having a great conversation. But as soon as I get out of here, sometimes I got to go right back to scouting folks out that didn't kill somebody, that didn't rape somebody, that didn't stole some kids or did something to somebody in a negative way. That's my lifestyle. That's how I got here. That's how I even got a show. Because of my activism across the state of Wisconsin. So I was shocked that they let an advocate get on the air, because I was like, man, do y'all really want to know what's really going on out here in these streets? I wish I could have a whole show that y'all could listen to every phone call that come to my. I could do a whole show on my voice message. Just people calling, talking about what's happening, just off the voice message. Y'all wouldn't even believe what I got in my voice message. That if I'm gonna start a podcast after, I'm gonna let y'all hear the raw material because we can't even play it on the air. That's how real it is out here. That's why I ain't got time for all y'all all that extra stuff that y'all be trying to do. I'm just happy that we're able to have these great, powerful conversations. But I'm gonna always remind y'all that we got to still get out here and get to work. We still got to be active. And we still got to make sure that we repair the village, first and foremost, by any means necessary. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The baked potato just became the main event. At Loaded Spud, we take comfort food and turn it into something bold. Fresh baked potatoes piled high with creative toppings like buffalo chicken, steak and cheese, and classic loaded favorites, all made fresh and built to satisfy. Big flavor, generous portions, no shortcuts. It's fast, affordable, and proudly local. Loaded Spud, Milwaukee's most unexpected comfort food. Stop in today at 789 North Water Street or visit online at www.letsgetloaded.online.
time.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
If oil gets to $90 a barrel, I'll be able to pay off my house. I think war is awful. It's terrible. It doesn't resolve things. It creates long-lasting hatred and even more conflict that the American people are always going to find themselves involved in.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
But if I don't have a mortgage, you know what I mean? You take the good with the bad. Didn't Donald Trump say he was going to end the wars? You can't have America first if you're involved in all these foreign wars. And there's people that believed him when he said that. He doesn't like wars. He said it many times. Said it on the campaign trail.
Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
He's bombed just as much in his first year as any warmongering hawk president we've ever seen since World War II.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. The Milwaukee Brewers finished their homestand against Tampa Bay Rays Wednesday afternoon with an 8-2 win, taking the series. Manager Pat Murphy on the win.
Homers are plentiful in the game, but we sometimes have to win in a different way like we did today.
The Brewers start the season 5-1. Travel day today as they head to Kansas City for a 3-game series against the Royals starting on Friday. The Bucks had just 7 active players to take on the Houston Rockets on Wednesday after Gary Trent Jr. exited with a hip contusion with about 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. The Bucks lost 119-113 against the Rockets. Head coach Doc Rivers on his young players.
Uzman career high 36 points, Pete career high in points, Cormac career high in points, Jericho career high in rebounds. That's just fantastic.
The Bucks come home to host the Celtics Friday night. This True Sports Update was powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We doing this for life. Oh, in the middle of the night. No, I can't give up the fight. No, we doing this for life. Oh, we doing this for life. Oh, I get money, I got a crib in the middle of the city and I like it a lot.
1017 The Truth. Tori Lowe Show. I gotta head over to Los Angeles. A lot of people go to Los Angeles to fulfill those big dreams. They want to be singers. They got hopes of making it in the industry. But now we're starting to see what's behind the scenes in the industry. And sometimes what people got to do to make it, you may want to head back home. You may want to turn that car around and head back home. I don't know what people doing nowadays to make it, but I know that a lot of things that are coming out are exposing what was happening for people to actually get on that big platform. A lot of people thought it was talent, but it was talent plus extra. It was some extra stuff going on behind the scenes. But I saw that somebody had sent me this, the story of Jamila Robinson, and it just touched my heart, and I wanted to make sure that I brought this in front of Truth Nation. I want y'all to hear this story about Jamelia Robinson. This is a homeless Los Angeles woman living in a storm drain, identified as a mom of 3. And she had talent, and ultimately they found her living in a storm drain. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got the story on Jamelia Robinson. Truth Nation, tap in.
If I could take back the past.
A voice once full of life.
I don't know, some guy walked out.
Now hard to understand.
$1,000, like $400, and that's all I'm going to buy.
How did she get in the situation that she's in?
Drugs.
Loved ones say this woman is 43-year-old Jamelia Robinson, a mother of 3.
She's a wonderful person, a loving person.
We first found her last week in South LA, living in a storm drain.
When I viewed it, it just so happened to be my sister, and that's how I found out about her living situation.
Her sister, Camila, hadn't seen her in years. Were you surprised when you saw what she was living in?
No.
Well, their mother, Linda, says she speaks with Jamelia almost every day.
It's the second time she's been in the sewer. The one up on Winters, it was like 20 of them over there.
20 in one sewer?
In one sewer. They had to cover it up.
Last week, Fox 11 first exposed the underground encampment where Jamelia climbed in and out, not willing to say much on camera. Below ground, human waste, trash, and an overpowering stench. I gotta get back. As a mom,
I'm dying. I'm dead. I've tried, Matthew. I've done everything I was told. As long as she could tell me no, or tell the courts no, that she didn't want the help, they couldn't help her.
Within 24 hours of our exclusive report, the city moved in. Hazmat crews declaring it a hot zone. The next day, sealing the drain shut with asphalt. Wednesday, the last time we saw Jamelia, outreach teams offering help as she walks away.
Hey, all right, well, like I said, this is where it was heartbreaking because a lot of people with talent, they get out there, they think they got to go along with the flow. They start going to these parties. Next thing you know, somebody might slip them something, or they don't understand that they don't show you what goes on at dark in a lot of these celebrity type situations. Like a lot of the alcohol may be tampered with. A lot of the things you can take a good person and reduce them into nothing if you can get them to drink something that got some stuff that don't supposed to be in it. And so this is even with the Diddy situation. A lot of people said don't drink those bottles over there because it had stuff in it. Now I'll say this: when I saw this story, I wonder how many people want to make it big and went along with the get along and ended up not actually achieving the dream. Not actually getting to the dream, but being taken advantage of mentally, spiritually, and physically. And this is where I say, this is why it's time to repair the village, because all of us got dreams of trying to do big things, and somebody will take advantage of that dream. I had a friend that I went to elementary school with, and we both went to Walker Middle School, and we went to Leonard Elementary School. We went to Walker Middle School, then we went to North Division High School. And about time I got to senior year, he had went to a party and somebody had slipped him something. And he wasn't the same. So, this is a guy that I started out in kindergarten with. And about time I got to my senior year, something had happened chemically. And when I was talking to him, he couldn't even remember who I was. And I was excited to see him, but he was just looking at me like, who is you? I'm like, what's up, Aunt? Like, I'm just talking to him like, man, look, I was trying to hug him, and he's like, who is you? Like, and somebody told me, because once I got the clue that something was wrong, I just kind of kept it moving. But somebody eventually told me he got slipped what they call a Mickey. Somebody put some stuff in his stuff and ended up driving him crazy. And so, you can go out to these parties and thinking that, oh, people have your best interest and they out there, let's go out to the club, let's go. But the club life got a dark side to it too, especially if you're trying to get in that where they, where it's money involved, you're trying to get in the entertainment idea. A lot of times, a lot of women, a lot of men get taken advantage of, and many times it's chemically. You see what happened with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, hey, they just got Bill Cosby for another, $60-something million due to what he was doing in Hollywood. Allegedly. Well, obviously not allegedly if he got a fork over the money. But what I'm saying is this was the lifestyle. Even Bill Cosby was a part of this. It sounds crazy. It do sound crazy because I love Bill Cosby coming up. But now you look at the latter years and people coming out exposing him, and now he even admitted to saying that he gave pills to women. He said it. So what I'm saying is this is the lifestyle we got to understand and teach our children. Every time I hear my daughter singing, every time I hear them singing harmony, like, I be like, man, like, I got to teach them the real. I got to teach them what's real out here. And they need to find another way around the system, because the system going to swallow you up. The status quo going to swallow you up. Yeah, we see the stars. We see all of the Lifetime Achievement Awards, but what they had to do to get there? What did they have to do? What did they have to sacrifice to get to that space? We don't know till they write the book. You see Brandy out here writing books talking about Wanye. Then she was 16 years old and Wanye was 22 years old, and now she feel like she was manipulated after she got the star. She got the star recently. Now she telling her story. But we saw Moesha. And salute to Lamont Bentley, that was on Moesha from Milwaukee, who died in the car accident. Lamont Bentley, right here from the city of Milwaukee, was acting on Moesha. I actually went to his house. When I went out to L.A., I went over to see him, and we was talking and we was laughing and stuff like that. And he was on Moesha. He was that dude back then. But at the same time, his life was cut short. But we didn't know that Brandy was dating Wanye from Boyz II Men, one of the most biggest groups in America, Boyz II Men. And now in the book, she claiming that she got something happened. I guess y'all got to read the book. LaRon says, when I was growing up, there were ads for something called Spanish Fly that you could put in women's drinks. These ads were in back of comic books. I mean, it was a lot of things. It was a lot of drugging going on. One of my favorite Green Bay Packers in jail right now, Darren Sharper, because he wanted to play that Hollywood game where he wanted to do something to cause people to be unknowingly assaulted by him. And he had millions of dollars. I never understand. People think that having money will make you happy. But I'm starting to realize having money don't mean nothing. It's just the type of person you are. You just that evil type of person with money. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, I want to go over to South Florida where they say that Coral Springs vice mayor found dead. Her husband is in custody right now. I want to talk about this. I want to look into this because why would he do this to his wife if his wife was the mayor? We're going to talk about it when we get back. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Coming with straight truth.
One can invest their whole life and effort in helping the community, and sometimes they don't get nothing back. But you know what? You keep on going with it, okay? God bless you. Happy upcoming Father's Day. and hang on in there. And Tori, don't worry about what nobody say about you, because they're going to talk about you anyway, because they can't do what you do.
Catch the Tori Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Hey fans, John Kuhn here, team captain of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and there's a reason it's considered the Midwest's premier place to bet on all your favorite sports. The full bar, awesome dining, 2,000 square foot screen, and nearly 100 betting kiosks makes for an unbeatable playbook. Bet above the rest, only at Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
This April, it's Financial Literacy Month on 1017 The Truth, powered by UW Credit Union. Financial literacy isn't just about money. It's about confidence and making smart decisions for your future. UW Credit Union is here to help with free tools, expert guidance, and resources. From budgeting tips to one-on-one financial coaching and self-guided lessons you can access anytime. Because they're not a bank, they're a partner in your financial journey. Learn more at uwcu.org.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We're bringing life back to the block. Nah, we won't stop. If everyone do a little, nobody got to do a lot. The civil right, yeah, we gon' fight. Salute to the front lines, trying to do what's right. What the people need results, they call Tori Lowe. God, people gon' rise up, time to let the world know it's the Tori Lowe Show, so you know we bout that action. Haters be taking loud, but ain't about that action. Who ready for the smoke? However you want it, I'm with that. Tori Lowe is on the case, so it's no time to wait. Tori Lowe is on the case, so it's no time to wait. Tori Lowe is on the case, so it's no time to wait. Tori
1017 The Truth, Tori Lowe Show. I want to head over to South Florida. Coral Springs Vice Mayor found dead husband is in custody. This is according to police. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Why did this Vice Mayor lose his life and lose her life, and why is the husband in custody? If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got video on this. Let's listen.
Tears inside Coral Springs City Hall. There were hugs. Not a dry eye, really, in that building. One commissioner even said the commission is incomplete. And so we heard from the police chief, we heard from the commissioner, we heard from the city manager not that long ago here in Coral Springs. This is news, really, Trina, that has shocked not just Coral Springs, but the entire South Florida community. Here is the vice mayor, again, her photo, Vice Mayor Bowen, Nancy Bowen. And so police say they went to check on the vice mayor at her home this morning. When officers showed up, they say they found the vice mayor dead. This afternoon, police, they were still at the house. They're still at the house right now. Detectives are talking with Bowen's husband, Stephen Bowen. They say he is in their custody. And this, we have some video that shows
I was elected the first black commissioner in 2018. She became the first black woman elected in Coral Springs in 2019.
Led up to police going to the home. All they said was that they were there to check on the vice mayor's well-being. A couple of things, if you don't know about Vice Mayor Bowen, she is the first black and Haitian American woman commissioner of Coral Springs. She was elected in 2020, re-elected in 2024. We talked with the commissioner here. He says Bowen was like a big sister.
I was elected the first.
I don't know. This is wild to me. Like, okay, so her husband is in custody. Nobody knows. I guess they're trying to question his behavior. But here we go. You know, this is why I say, like, we're being affected on all levels with the youth. We talked about the youth all this week. Then we went into, you know, things going on with the elders and things like that that's happening. It's 2026 and all over. That's why I try to tell people, it's things that are happening that's unique to Milwaukee, but a lot of the things are similar going on in different townships, and we got to make sure that we start doing our part to repair the village. And when there's holes in the village, a lot of the chaotic things can take place. And for the simple fact that we're seeing mayors being affected, people that vice mayors, people in nursing homes, young kids are being distracted with flyers. We don't even know who the organizer is right now. Like, this is why I had the vision that we were going to repair the village at the beginning of this year. Coming into the beginning of this year, I usually try to do a check, spiritually and say, hey, look, what do we need to do? And repair the village is our job. That is on the people that live in these townships. That is our responsibility to do that. And I think that we got to stop looking outside of what's going on, being distracted on the outskirts, and get more deeper inside and start being surgical with what we're doing. And that's all. And if anybody got a problem with that, you probably need to get yourself checked, your mental, your brain, get your brain fixed or something like that, because that's just benefiting you. If we repair the village, we all come out good. We all come out okay. But unfortunately, you got some folks out here bot it out. We got in the chat that said something about being called a bot. I had saw that. E-Boogie. E-Boogie said, don't trip. He double talks all the time, and if you don't agree with his opinion, he call you a bot. No, Tory Lowe can't make you a bot. You a bot from what you digesting in your brain. You a bot. Like, I'm only calling you what you is. If I call you a bot, it ain't nothing personal. That's something you did to yourself. You chose to do that. I'm just calling you that because that's what you is, a bot. I know how to identify a bot because I see bots every day when I get out here in the community. It ain't got nothing to do with me because you a bot. You was a bot when you came to me. Hey, a hit bot gonna holler. Beep, 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 beep. A hit bot gonna holler. But the thing is, this is where I say, when I look at stories like this, nobody don't know who killed the mayor. Nobody don't know who did it. This is a person on a high level. They got their husband and cousin. And so like I said, you thinking that these homicides go unresolved, nobody don't know what happened. It's happening on all the different levels, whether you in politics, whether you a teacher, whether you in school. Don't stop trying to say these people over here is worse than the people that live over here, or this, since y'all making this amount of money and these people making that amount of money, y'all worse off. It's some people making a lot of money that's sick. It's some people that's making a little money that give money to homeless people standing on the corner. It's some people that are broke, or not even broke, but they're barely making it, and they be the first ones to give. Why do you think all them homeless people be outside the gas station? Why do you think in our community it's always somebody begging for money, but yet we supposed to be in the disenfranchised community? We supposed to be living in 53206, but we always got somebody, even white people. Even white people come to the corners of the poor communities to get money. standing outside of Walmart, standing on the island when you're stopping at the red light. We supposed to be broke. Standing right by the pothole. How many of y'all see? Next time y'all see a person begging for money, look where they standing. Look where they standing. They standing in the hood. And you know what? The hood is helping them. Because they ain't going to go nowhere where the hood ain't. Every hood got people begging for money. Why? Because we can empathize with the situation, and we know that we may be 2 paychecks short of being in that situation. So we give. Why they ain't out in Sherwood? Why they ain't out in Wauwatosa? Why they ain't out in Pewaukee? Why they don't beg out there? You would think them people got way more money as far as annual income, household income, than what's going on in the 53206. But every time I drive through the 53212, the 53206, all these areas that say that there's supposed to be all these issues, and you got all these people begging for money. You ever ask yourself why? Because they know that we're going to help them. Even if we do think that they on drugs. Because we can empathize more. It's more white folks begging in black neighborhoods. And we see it's white people, they talk about black people, but when people get out here and beg for money, where do they post up? Right by the hood. You would think that they would post up by one of those stores one of them big high-end stores that they be having, Woodman's or something like that. You would think that they'll be out there by Woodman's and out there where the white people at begging, getting way more money. They not gonna get it done. Matter of fact, they're gonna call the police and tell them to leave. That's all they're gonna do. We got a caller on the lines, Andrew. Oh, we got Eastside. Oh, we got Eastside. Eastside Corey, if you want to join the call. How you doing, Eastside? How you doing?
I am not messing with you today. No, Lord.
How you doing,
honey? You got your bumper music. Honey, I'm bumping to your bumper music, baby.
Hey, how you doing, Eastside?
Some AI up in here. Yo.
Look, that's the production. That's the production music.
You went to Africa and got that. You stole that from Nigerians, honey. That. Oh, I know that conky conk. That conky conk. You want to see Grandma get up. Grandma going to get up and do the conky conk.
You're so crazy, Eastside.
That's my people. Come on now. That music is going to save us. Entertainment's going to save us. Comedy. Hey, shout out this week the creativity, y'all. The quality of the creativity of our beautiful, handsome, full-figured dude who did his best, Erica Clark. He already got the award by doing it. Okay? And it's a beautiful thing to see. Then my other brother who wrote the song about, and then I got high, and then I got high, and then I was high. He is a genius. Maestro. Took that Police Pound Cake video and sent it all the way straight to the top. Hallelujah. If Jesus wants to show up this weekend, I am so ready. Let's
so
go.
Crazy.
Come on, Rapture. I'm going to rap you.
So crazy.
Come on. Let's do this. Happy Easter, y'all. I love y'all. I'm looking for a big chocolate bunny. Al. Hello.
All right. Look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we got some stories around the city that I got to cover, I got to get to. Truth Nation, stay like that right here on Tory Lowe.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
I got money now. Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
I won tickets last week on your show to see The Wiz. I just wanted to call and say thank you and say I appreciate you. I appreciate the show. I appreciate the station. That was a core memory that was made last night. The Wiz was an amazing performance.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017. Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
I was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkbylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Low, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Low from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Low. Tory Low Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for this third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And I want to get to some stories in the city. I know yesterday we've been having a lot of talk about the takeovers, but I want to try to get to some of the stories that have been happening. We got to get to it. Milwaukee juvenile detention guard charged with abusing a boy. This is what's been going on. I don't want to miss out on the multiple things that are happening in the neighborhoods, multiple situations. I think that this is something we have to pay attention to because we used to have an issue with the juvenile detention center, Lincoln Hills, was big in the news back a couple years ago because they were trying to shut it down because there was talk that a lot of the kids were being abused there. I even had to deal with some kids that reached out to me from being abused from Lincoln Hills, and we had to, Lena Taylor got involved and all of this stuff that started happening with those youth. But now we got a story where a juvenile detention guard charged with abusing a boy. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got some video on this. Let's listen.
On an average day, more than 100 children are held at Milwaukee County's Juvenile Detention Center. And we've learned an alleged case of physical abuse there 2 years ago led to an FBI investigation. According to a criminal complaint, guard Britton Powell is seen on video, accused of attacking a boy who complained about hair in his food, quote, slamming him into a metal staircase railing, holding him on the ground and pushing on his face, and, quote, pushing him into a wall.
I'm appalled. Quite frankly, I am upset. And so I want this to go to the system, and I want that individual to be held accountable.
What's not clear in the criminal complaint is why it took more than 2 years to investigate the incident here. And it also doesn't say how long Powell was allowed to continue working as a guard after the incident came to light.
Oh, wow.
These things are really commonplace and somewhat routine at these facilities where you kind of have a power imbalance.
Philadelphia attorney Malik Pickett isn't working on this case, but specializes in juvenile justice reform.
The best prevention is to not have youth in these facilities at all, and it's to try to come up with community-based services and support so that youth can be served in their homes or community-based centers that have much better outcomes.
Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley said Powell is now suspended over a case he calls shocking.
We should be there to lend a helping hand, especially those who have dealt with so much trauma within their own lives.
All right, well, this has always been an issue. And I think that they were trying to get a juvenile detention center in one of the districts right here in the city of Milwaukee, but a lot of people pushed back against it because they felt like they should have put up a community center or something for the kids instead of something like a juvenile detention center. A lot of people, fought against the new ideas. But what I'm going to say is, this is something that when we talk about the kids that are out here, many times, that's like a revolving door. A lot of these kids are not afraid when they get in these cars and get caught because they're juveniles. They're in and out. They're not bothered by the system because they're so used to it. And then there's a mass incarceration problem where the adults, they'll make their transition from juvenile detention to the Milwaukee County Jail. It's like they're growing. It's like going to school, basically. We out here doing the little crimes and we getting the slaps on the wrist, and then we get to the Milwaukee County Jail. It seemed like they made, the way it looked like with the mass incarceration, seemed like they all know each other. They all, from the same circle. So, hey, it's like a family reunion. What's up, man? What you doing in here? How long you got? But this guard beat or did something to a child 2 years ago, and now it's finally coming to the forefront. But he was still working the whole time before they was able to really try to, do something to him. So I don't know. Like I said, we have real bad issues with the juvenile detention operations, and we have a real bad problem with the Milwaukee County jail system. Like, it's like the best, like the counselor said, or the attorney that works with the juvenile detention center, he said the best thing to do is come up with programs that can service the child in the home. And I don't know if we got too successful at it, but like I said, I mean, they seem like when they go into these facilities and come out, they don't come out thinking, I'm never going back. They don't come out thinking, hey, I don't want to go back there anymore. I even saw people taking pictures when the Kia Boys was hot, before they changed over the program where now they can't use a USB to get the car. They was taking pictures with the stolen car outside the detention center, smoking. Now, I couldn't believe when I saw that picture. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, they don't even care. Like it's like they numb to the system. Matter of fact, they've been in the system so much that's like a second home for them. So they just drive up there just to chill, just to sit outside and smoke, and just with a stolen vehicle. I said, that's bad. When I saw that picture, I said, hey, we got to do something. We got to come up with better ideas. We got to come up with better ways to try to redirect a lot of this energy. That's why when you see the takeovers, these kids running to a flyer, some of y'all can't get nobody come to y'all events, and y'all made a virtual flyer and handed out flyers. Went around passing out flyers to people that said they was going to come, and they didn't even show up. But now these kids is just going crazy over a flyer. And we still don't know who made the flyer. Hey, so like I said, this is why we have these tough talks. We have these tough talks. And we got to make sure not only are we having these tough talks, these difficult conversations, if these conversations are not striking your heart to get out here and do your part, then you're a part of the problem. You know, at least when from my point of view, if we talking about solving things and we talking about the elders and the youth and the things in our community, and you got a funky attitude about that, something is really wrong with you. Like, you need to really check yourself. What Q say, check yourself before you wreck yourself, because we're really trying to really do something for you. That's why I don't care when people get upset with me, because all I ever did was help people. So if that got you upset or you feel some type of way about that or whatever I say, I don't care. Because soon as something bad happened in your family, you going to call me. You know how many people didn't call me that then posted negative stuff about my movement on Facebook? I've been out here 17 years. I've lived to see those same people come back around when something bad happened in their family and you know what? I went over there and I did what I was supposed to do. Help them. I don't feel no kind of way. I don't have those feelings. That's why I say I don't operate like that. We got to operate in a way where we're resourceful. That's all we got to do. And you don't have to be Tory Lowe. You don't have to be the person down the street. You can be you and give your little. Everybody little don't look the same. Ain't no competition. I hate when people in competition with the people down the street. The people down the street ain't got nothing, you ain't got nothing, and nothing from nothing equals nothing. That's why when I see two people arguing that live in the same area, I just leave. Nothing from nothing equals nothing. I don't even know why we in competition with each other when you're not in competition with the people that are successful. Why don't you be in competition with the people that got it right? Like, then you may end up somewhere with it halfway being right. If you argue, I got a theme. I don't argue with the people that's around me, because we both drowning. Like, we all in the same community. I'm talking about community-wise. Some of y'all individuals. Some of y'all got that individual personality that y'all feel like, okay, I was able to do this. Why ain't nobody? That's what the attitude that they want you to have, because you don't even see your community. I would never let nobody who think like an individual lead the group. Because all you're going to do what's best for self. I need somebody that's willing to sacrifice for the group to lead the group. And when individuals lead groups, they the only ones that come out like a fat rat. That's how you know they lead the group as an individual, because they the only ones that's coming up. All right. Y'all don't let that fly over your head right there, because that's what's going on. That's the leadership. We got individuals leading the group. That's it. They don't know it. They don't even know how to handle the group, because they never lived a lifestyle that was based on group ideas. I live a lifestyle that's built on group ideas. I don't even get paid for what I do in the community. I looked at somebody, I said, I don't even get paid for it. Anything you ever Google and see me do on Facebook, on social media, I never got 1 penny for it. Now go do that math. That's why I could talk the way I could talk, because when I don't need to, that's not, you could get offended. I don't care if you get offended by what I say. I'm trying to work. So if you're offended by that, then jump off. Hey, I was going to say, hey, all right, let me calm down, because I don't care. We trying to work. So y'all can have high blood pressure over weak stuff. We gonna try to get down there and get on some street stuff. Hey, let me go to break before I say something. Bot it out. Hey, look, when we come back, I got a couple more stories I want to get to before the end of the show. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's that time again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we come together to clean up the city of Milwaukee. Be part of making a difference in our community. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup, Saturday, April 18th, 8 to noon. Sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, Waste Management, and presented by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District, your clean water partner, serving Greater Milwaukee for 100 years.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Sweet Talks Medical Spa in Menominee Falls. Skip the sterile clinical office feel. Sweet Talk stays on the cutting edge of beauty and wellness innovations in a vibrant, playful space, promoting self-love and confidence. Sweet Talk specializes in a range of treatments, including injectables, medical-grade skincare, weight loss, hormone therapies, and more. Not sure where to start? Sweet Talks offers comprehensive wellness consultations to create a customized plan centered around you. Because at Sweet Talks, your goals are their goals. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, yeah. This the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show. You gotta tune in. You gotta tune in. Yeah. This the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show, this the Tory Lowe Show. You gotta tune in. You gotta tune in. Yeah. Hey, Tory Lowe, you know how it go. Don't play, always up in the flow. Hey, they never know. They gotta go. You don't know Tory, then you better know. Yeah. All in the streets. People just know he a beast. He cannot go and get beat. Every gay type it repeat. Yeah, know how it go. He up in the news, you know how it go. He the K-Hefty, you know how the flow. You know he the flow. He be the Joe, he be the show.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. This article was done a couple days ago with the takeovers, the teen takeovers. They came to the job up here before I came on the air, and they talked to me about my ideas about how can we deflect some of this energy when it came to the kids. And I gave them my opinion, but it's the same thing I say on the air. But I want to play this clip, Teen Takeover, Come to Milwaukee. This is something that I got an interview in where they asked me, and I said the same thing I always say, hey, look, we got to redirect the energy. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got a video from CBS 58 News. Let's listen.
Want young people to focus on positive activities instead.
If we have youth that are not being productive,
it should be everyone's concern.
Sheriff's Deputy Christine Rodriguez does not think recent takeovers are representative of all young people. She sees the acting out as a call for help. In her role on the Sheriff's Community Engagement Unit, Rodriguez tries to meet young people to provide safety and engagement. One example is an event hosted Tuesday night by the group Your Move MKE.
We try to build community, we build relationships, and we let, young people have a place where they feel safe, where they feel welcome.
The youth-led group provides a safe space for young people to develop skills in the trades, art, and music. But they also focus on wellness and healing, leadership skills, and how to manage emotions. Lead facilitator Daniel Monhay says it provides a place to safely discuss challenging issues.
Conversations about, takeovers, conversations about ICE, conversations about gun violence.
County Executive David Crowley found out about the Bayshore takeover from his daughter.
That's not who we are as Milwaukee.
On a social media video, he said Bayshore is a reason why it's important for parents and guardians to stay engaged in their child's life. Crowley said to look at their social media, know where they're going, and connect with their friends' parents. He also had a message for young people. The community wants to help them and cares about them.
I care about you, but we need you to care about the community too.
The county often has interventionists on the ground to help at big events. Crowley said the county's working with community partners to build more safe spaces for young people this spring and summer. One such event is activist Tori Lowe's annual community cleanup.
If those kids could just get their energy directed in a more positive space and use that energy to build instead of destroy, it would be a powerful thing.
At an event tonight at MPD.
Hey, look, like I said, when we talk about leadership and community, and I had just got up. I had to come in early too. Sometimes, I don't know when all of the interest in what we're doing on this side of the fence, where the media come running. But like I said, notice that those that know what to do, many times they'll just do it. You ain't got to wait for somebody to give you a check to do it. If this is what you do, this is what you do. If I had to wait for somebody to give me a check, I'd have been done 17 years ago. Yeah, I would have been waiting a long time for that. So, like I said, if you know what to do, your gift will make room for itself. That's all I'm going to say. Because a lot of times people are like, well, I ain't did it yet because I don't got the money. Like, I just start laughing. Because if I'd have used that concept, I wouldn't have did zero. You know what I mean? And many times, if you got an elaborate plan, you got to start from the ground up. And you got to start from where you can start. And that's dealing with the people. All you got to do is start dealing with people. It's enough work out here where nobody should be fighting over anything, because there's enough issues in the community where you shouldn't even have a problem with nobody doing anything, because you may not never see that person. There's so much work to do. Y'all may cross paths, but it's so much work to do that that's why when I see people arguing and fussing and fighting, I don't believe they doing nothing. Because I ain't even got time to argue and fuss and fight with folks because there's so many people calling. I spend hours on the phone every day talking to different people, reaching out for help. Hours, a lot of man hours. That's all I'm going to say. Sylvia says, I think these kids just want a handout. They want you to feel sorry for themselves. A lot of this stuff, they know what they are doing. Okay, I understand that some kids have some issues, but not all. Hey, like I said, but at the end of the day, it's our job as a village to provide the right resources and make the right adjustments when needed. That's our job when it comes to the youth. And I wish I could find this article I did with Shannon Sims from WTMJ4 10 years ago. I said, if we don't get neighborhood development for these youth out here and better things for these youth to do, we're going to be in trouble. I said that 10 years ago. And we haven't upgraded. And then if we did upgrade, you got to have a magnifying glass to find out where it's at. We as a village can do a lot better. It's no one person that can fix it. We all have to make sure that we're doing what we can to do. And that's why I say we got to get out of the trying to find out what somebody else can do, and you got to look into seeing what I can do. What I can do to help the group. What can I contribute to help the group? And it's been so many people that said that they had the ideal and got the money and then they went to sleep. Oh, I know what to do. Next thing you know, 2 years later, what happened to that? I could pull up a lot of news articles from over the years where people said, oh, we got this program, and then you look it up 2 years later, the program don't even exist. But they got 100,000, 60,000, 80,000. The City Mario Kart, that lady got 80,000 for the reckless driving vehicle that was out that they used to park outside that didn't work at first. She got 80,000. Okay. Y'all want me to talk about that? All I'm saying is money. Is the money going in? Are they putting the money and giving the money to the right people? We got enough money to turn this around, but is it going to the right people? Barb says, I still haven't seen that dang cart. That cart cost $80,000. What person on the front lines could have used $80,000 to enhance their program? That's all I'm saying. But when I talk like that, people get mad. So I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna go to this story. Milwaukee sues bad landlord over 4,000 in code violations. This ain't Barada property. I think this is a new landlord that's giving Barada property a run for their money. If you watching as we broadcast live, we got video. Let's listen.
It makes me feel horrible.
When you call a place home, you expect it to feel like one.
It makes everybody feel horrible.
For the last 6 years, Ishan Arnold and his mom have hardly felt comfortable here.
I don't even feel like I could be safe in my own room.
They started leasing the place from Highgrove Holdings in 2020.
And it's just been building more and more, and nothing been getting done about it.
In the living room, the ceiling is bubbled, dripping with water. A similar problem in a bedroom and bathroom. Under the sink, mold.
It's just been here since we moved here.
The same issues in the basement.
You can see a bunch of mold just going all across here.
Air ducts are busted, but the biggest problem is upstairs.
And you actually see the sky from up there if you look directly up.
The ceiling collapsed a couple of years ago. The family says it's repeatedly called Highgrove, asking for repairs. Arnold felt like no one was listening until recently. Their home, an example of what the city says needs to be stopped. Milwaukee's city attorney is asking a court to declare Highgrove a nuisance and for a third party to step in.
Let's call it what it is. This man's a slumlord.
The legal actions started a year ago after the nonprofit Common Ground was hearing from tenants.
We need to evict this out-of-state corporate landlord from California out of our neighborhoods.
Arnold wants change, and for this home to finally start feeling like one.
We just want something.
Man, look at we on the TV talking about we just want to have a home. This is a black family on there living worse than the third world country with mold in the house, ceilings falling in. God knows what else they wasn't able to film, what other critters that's running around because there's holes in the house. You know if they got holes in the ceiling and squirrels and rats and things like that, ain't no telling what they didn't get. And now we got, people, look at this. This is 2026, and you got a black young man on the TV looking up at the ceiling. They wouldn't. I was about to. You know what? Let me stop because you know what? I need a podcast because what I was just for to say, y'all would have been. Some of y'all would have. Yeah. You know what? Because I can say some stuff because I got to see this. I remember I had to go into this apartment building on Highland, near 27th and Highland, and when I came in, the mold was so bad that they have mushrooms when you walk into the apartment to go to the other, to go down the hall. Both sides of the hall have mushrooms growing out the edges. It's actually a news article on this. I'm going to find a news article, and I'm going to play it because Fox News came and covered it. Fox News came and covered it. Like, so that was almost what? I would say that was like 2015. Like when I did that. About 2015. Now it's 2026, and it's the same thing. And y'all over here arguing about this and that, and the community ain't even changed much. The potholes ain't even changed much. It's still the same conversation, just different people talking about it. All right. Look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving. You're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
The worst kind of whites, not that I'm picking on white folks, but then you know how it goes, is the ones that think that they will lose something if this country becomes more fair and equal. I'm going to say that again. The worst kind of white people are the ones that think that if a black person gets a job and gets an opportunity, and they ignore how hard the black person had to work and the racism, the bigotry, and the discrimination, and just how people turn their noses up at smart black people. They hate us. And the black person works really hard and overcomes maybe generational curses of poor health and poverty and all of those things. And we got to deal with the police and the criminal justice system that doesn't often have our backs. And then the black person gets a job, gets an opportunity, and a white person sees that and thinks that they lost. Those are the worst kind.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon. Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone. Like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Conflict in the Middle East, mixed feelings about artificial intelligence, and more are causing turbulence in markets. But when things are volatile, John Rogers sees opportunity. Rogers is founder, chairman, and co-CEO of Ariel Investments, one of the largest and longest-running black-owned investment firms in the country. Speaking recently at Bloomberg Invest, Rogers says that above all, his firm focuses on being patient and having a long-term view you.
You have to wait until you can buy a great business at a bargain price. And then you have to be patient, as often a company maybe is going through a temporary crisis. You have to be able to look out again over the horizon and see what that company will look like when the sun comes out again and the storms drift away.
Ariel focuses on businesses that it feels will perform well in the long haul, even if it hits some bumps in the road along the way. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. The Milwaukee Brewers finished their homestand against Tampa Bay Rays Wednesday afternoon with an 8-2 win, taking the series. Manager Pat Murphy on the win.
Homers are plentiful in the game, but we sometimes have to win in a different way like we did today.
The Brewers start the season 5-1. Travel day today as they head to Kansas City for a 3-game series against the Royals starting on Friday. The Bucks had just 7 active players to take on the Houston Rockets on Wednesday after Gary Trent Jr. exited with a hip contusion with about 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. The Bucks lost 119-113 against the Rockets. Head coach Doc Rivers on his young players.
Uzman career high 36 points, Pete career high in points, Cormac career high in points, Jericho career high in rebounds. That's just fantastic.
The Bucks come home to host the Celtics Friday night. This True Sports Update was powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Facts. 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 Tory Lowe advocate for the poor.
Truth Nation, now's your chance to be our one call that's all Gruber 5K giveaway entry winner for today. Yes, you can be entered in to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Office. Be caller number 10 right now and be entered in to win our 5K giveaway. 833-212-1017. And remember, if you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, give Gruber Law Offices a call. Again, that's 833-212-1017. And remember, if you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. Joining me as we broadcast live, we got Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Salute, King. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Hey, look, with a lot going on in this city, it just breaks my heart to see a black family on the news living like they in a third world country. Milwaukee says they're going to sue this landlord for having 4,000 violations on a property, but yet this family is living in mold, the ceiling falling in, and God knows what else is going on in the living conditions. And the young man had to explain it to the news so everybody could see in 2026, these people living in the worst conditions.
King, we've been pointing that out, and the sad reality is it's happening so much. Like, we as a people have become numb to it. We know that Milwaukee is somewhere where we are forever renters. And then you see the abuse from the landlords who will retaliate against individuals who try to get them to keep their properties up to code. Again, you're going to have people say, well, I'm a good landlord, then we're not talking about you, But we understand the processes and procedures that has taken place in the city of Milwaukee on a group of people that we know that are forever renters, that don't own homes, who at the mercy of landlords. And at the same time, like I said, when we talk about these family who have to go to the news to get the story out there, when we have these the misleadership who do a dog and a pony show about everything but the right things. Okay. Again, this is another family that's has a right. They pay to be living humane, but they're living inhumane. And when you have stories like these, that my heart goes out, salute to that king. Salute to any family who have to expose how they're living like that. Nobody wants to live like that, and to have to expose how you're living due to your landlord or individuals, it's out of your control, just to have the power and the strength to show how they've been living. Salute to that family. My prayers go out. But at some point, it's like when they tell you how many violations this person got, like, who's regulating these people? We know that there is no regulation, because only in our community do buildings go until they dilapidated. We can't get the buildings. We've talked about that since the duration of your show, how these individuals put red tape in the front of us when we're trying to buy these buildings, and we know that our morale go up when we own something. Then you try to take care of it. You're giving back to the community, and that also helped those of us who are that a part of that 6%. And don't quote me on the percentage of Black people that's owning homes, but it helps keep our property value up. Okay, but there's somebody that I follow on TikTok who's going around the city of Milwaukee and exposing all of these buildings that when they were in good standings, we tried to get these places. And they put up all of this red tape where you have to have double the amount of money in the bank. You have to have all of these codes put together before a certain period of time. You have to have A1 credit. I mean, just all of these things. Because the goal is to allow our areas to dilapidate so these
Property value
conglomerates
can
can come
drive it
in.
down.
Absolutely. And get it for pennies.
Right.
Where we're forced out. Okay. And again, no matter how many years we sit and we expose this, and family after family, time after time, the misleadership does nothing.
And this is
And
why
here
I
we
say,
are again with another family.
and this is why I say, Elizabeth Brown, they'll get you outside of your community to look somewhere else while your community falling in the trash.
Come on.
And they don't want you to focus on the village. They don't want you to repair the holes in the village. They don't want you to not do the divide and conquer strategies, because now you're letting them off the hook because you're not even paying attention to your own plight.
Absolutely. Sing you back to sleep, and they'll tell you that you safe, that you okay. Again, we didn't expose. Your show have exposed everything, if not all, that's wrong in our community that has not gotten better under these individuals, a lot of them who are career politicians, who've been there, who've seen it. Nothing have changed. Again, it's the people's turn. What we gonna do?
That's the ultimate question. That's
absolutely.
If you ain't looked yourself in the mirror and at this point and said what you finna do,
that part,
you out the game. You ain't even
absolutely.
in the game. You ain't
over.
Even in the game.
Real talk.
That's wild to me. Elizabeth Brown, like I said, when I started the show, we was talking about just how we have to make sure that we get an agenda to do the group, make sure that the group is safe, and many times we don't think about the group unless we can get something out of it. Like, a lot of people are individually running the community. They act like they're serving the group, but they're really individuals trying to serve themselves by misrepresenting the group. And many times when we look at it, after we put people in power, or we don't get nothing in return, but their life changed, they get a new house, their family get to go to private schools, they get to go off and do better things, even get a pension in the end. And then we still in the same place.
Same spot. Come on.
I could go grab a video from 10 years ago when I had to fight for families living in dilapidated households, taking people from libraries, taking down information to try to get one group of, it was like 3 landlords at the time that was trash. Now this is a whole new landlord with 200 properties, 4,000 violations, and it's the same thing happening where people are on the news now showing the harsh conditions that they living in, but yet people that's supposed to be running this community, they haven't made no changes. Matter of fact, one of the landlords got sued by the state, came back and kept doing the same thing.
Come on. They pay these
or the
fines.
families are still saying the same thing.
And the question is how? Because, okay, the state sued them. That don't mean the families receive no
The
repair.
families didn't get a dime.
Okay, and I can guarantee you that the kids probably had asthma, lead poison. I mean, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Like skin rashes. I mean, you name it. The state, everybody is out for themselves. And again, until we realize that due to our brokenness, pays everybody else. This is why they don't do anything. These individuals cast us in. Okay? Eating good. Like I said, when you look at them, everybody healthy. They fat off the hog now, you know, and we still got people suffering. It's a sad day. But again, the $1 million question, we the people, what the hell we finna do? Because we see what they doing, which is nothing.
Like I said, Elizabeth Brown, when we talk about the conditions of our community, it goes in one ear and out the other ear. Because if we was truly upset, y'all more mad at Chili for how she was voting than this picture of the young man in the house with the elder sitting there with the ceiling falling in, and they begging just for a nice place to live. You ain't outraged by this is going on in your neighborhood, that you see a black family that had to reach out to the media. You see elders reaching out to the media. You see all of these black families on the news reaching out to the media for help. And that don't get your blood boiling? You need to check yourself. You need to check yourself because you're a bot. You've been botted out, and you're not even looking down the street and understanding what's going on in your own community. I could show you 1,000 stories like this.
Come on.
and you
all day, every day.
And all people gonna do is talk and talk out the side of their face, and not gonna. This should move you to action.
Period. Talking loud and doing nothing.
Hey.
Again, selective outrage. That's not adding up for us no way.
Hey, look, when we come back, Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts on the show today. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
At Junior Achievement, students learn how innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship can turn a simple idea into something that changes an industry. With support from Cost Corporation, students are discovering how engineering, product design, and smart marketing bring great ideas to life. From pioneering studio headphones to building a brand recognized around the world, Cost shows students how technology and creativity shape the way we experience music. Learn more at ja.org.
It starts with a spark. At Milwaukee College Prep, they nurture that spark from age 3 through 8th grade, building scholars with knowledge, character, and confidence. 88% of their students face economic hardship, but that does not define them. At MCP, they see students' potential, and they help them live up to that potential. 4 campuses, 1 mission, college and beyond. MCP is free, high-performing, and open to all Milwaukee families. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to enroll or get involved. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best I'm very happy.
Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th at Franklin Field, featuring live performances by Shaggy, Rick Ross, Genuine, Soulja Boy, Frankie J, Mims, and more. There will be craft margaritas, Milwaukee's best taco vendors, authentic lucha libre wrestling, an exotic card showcase, a Chihuahua beauty pageant, art installations, and so much more. Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th. Get your tickets at tacoandtequilafestival.com.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress? Do the wiggles.
The slate's coming in. What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Every child deserves a school that sees their brilliance, a place that believes in who they can become. At Milwaukee College Prep, we set the bar high, strong in character, high expectations, and academic excellence starting as early as age 3. MCP scholars continue to outperform their peers across Milwaukee because we believe every child can achieve greatness. And the best part is tuition free. If you're looking for a school that partners with you, challenges your child, and prepares them for college and beyond, visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com, because Milwaukee College Prep is where brilliance begins. Elizabeth Brown, once again, another powerful conversation. Let me get your final thoughts on the show today.
I mean, heart-wrenching, King. Like I said, when you have to be that vulnerable to let people know how you living because the situation ain't got that bad, and how time after time, your show, how, real families come in and let you know what's going on. But to imagine what this family, how bad it had to be for them to bring the news in, knowing that this is going, everybody's going to see this, and this is how they are living, not due to the fact of what they are doing, but they're powerless because it's somebody else. Can you imagine what it's going to be like for this kid to go to school or just to work, or, again, and if you're more upset about who somebody decided to to vote for or give money to, that's not from here, it's just crazy to me how we care about what's going on in the world, and our world is trash or being trashed daily. How we can, put our focus everywhere and our energy everywhere and not be doing a damn thing here.
Hey, Elizabeth Brown, I'll say this. I played a video earlier that I really thought that we should have brought to the forefront when it came to our elders, where this was an elder with Alzheimer's, was in this facility, and the guy came and was raping her while she had Alzheimer's, sexually abusing her. And thank God that her daughter had cameras in the room to capture it. But when you look on the TV and you see our elders being abused or our kids being led out there to do these takeovers, and nobody don't even know who made the flyer. Then you look on TV and then you see somebody living worse than a third world country, just want a nice place to go to bed, but they can't even sleep at night because they got to wear a helmet because the ceiling might fall in on them. Like right here in the city, doing these things, and people be beating their chest like they got all this power and they can't even get the potholes up off the street. We got to repair the village. We got to repair the village, and we got delusional. We didn't got a little delusional when it came to where we at in our position as far as community. And we got to get right back outside and really touch the soil and really start making some real changes around here before we may, today somebody on the news, tomorrow is going to be you on the news.
Absolutely. And that's where it's at. And we've been saying this for a long time, but it ain't an issue until it's your issue. And that's a problem that we have to get ready to solve. Like yesterday, again, we behind the 8 ball. Because again, we're talking about this is right here. Right here. We was at the nursing home out there in Glendale where Medicaid is paying all of this money and they living in squalor. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody got a conversation about everything else and the energy to do everything else, but we ain't doing a damn thing because those that are amongst us is living like this. And this is only one family. When we talk about Barada properties and we're talking about Badger properties and all of these other properties who we know, it's on the books that these people are horrible. We talk about it all the time. People calling all the time. It's a sad day when you have individuals have to go and expose it, and then everybody go right back to sleep.
Right.
Right back to sleep. And then here we go again with another family. Again, not too long ago, the family who was living outside of the storage unit.
Right.
At the same time, this would be the same landlord that'll put an eviction notice on this family, knowing that that's like having a felony in the city of Milwaukee. Okay? And then you have a group of people who's supposed to know what to do get together and say, oh, we're going to build a building for, low-income housing. Remember when they did the last building? And it had the poison in the building for all the low-income people.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
Yep.
What we doing? It's our turn. What are we finna do? Because it's on us at this point. And if you're not going to do nothing except for try to point somebody in another direction about things that's not happening here, current day, you the problem.
You know what, Elizabeth Brown? It's sad to see that they have to go to the mainstream media. We got to cry so loud for basic needs.
Come on.
If that don't let you know where we standing as a community, I don't know what else I don't know what to say. And this was a young man and a senior citizen in the article, and it must have been not a man around because he had to explain what was going on.
And then got to go to school and deal with the backlash of that.
Wow.
Imagine that.
All right, Elizabeth Brown. Look, once again, we got to talk about it, and we got to do something about it at the same time. Wow.
That part. It's go time, King.
Well, look, I appreciate you for being on the front lines, Queen.
Hey.
We got a lot of work to do as usual.
Let's get it, King.
All right. Salute, Queen. All right. Well, Truth Nation, I appreciate everybody for tuning in to the show today. Hey, look, the good thing about it is we're able to have these conversations. The great thing about it is that we get active. Salute to everybody in the chat for joining the show today. Salute, salute, salute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Salute to everybody that called in and added to the context. Hey, attitude, whatever the topic was today, we got to have these conversations, and I appreciate it. Sometimes I don't even like having these conversations like this, but it's necessary. Hey, look, keep your head on the swivel. Green don't always mean gold. Look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball